In Cyberpunk 2077, the Voodoo Boys are absolutely insane. Throughout the entire events of Cyberpunk 2077, the Voodoo Boys are trying to achieve one goal, and that is safe passage when the Black Wall fails.
What exactly do you want from all of you?
Alt the only one can give us safe passage past the Black Wall. When the change comes, we wish to be on the winning side.
The change?
When the Black Wall was built, everyone think the ice would be enough. Keep the wild AIs out. We wait. But technology advances. It cannot be stopped. And now, catastrophe come again. This is sure, and soon. The corporations, they do not see the danger. But we will be ready.
Oh, come on. Not the tub.
We must prepare you for the dive into cyberspace.
You see, the Voodoo Boys want to be able to join the likes of AI when the Black Wall eventually fails. The Voodoo Boys actually think it's going to fail sooner than a lot may believe. Now, in order to do this, the Voodoo Boys have to contest with the Black Wall itself. And this, of course, gets the attention of Netwatch. This is why we see a Netwatch agent actually held up in the gym trying to combat against the Voodoo Boys, Bryce Mosley. And Bryce Mosley was able to trap Maman Brigitte in the net. But we gotta go back a little bit further to make all of this make sense. So before the events of the game, the Voodoo Boys created a subnet of their own. This subnet is called Rezo Agua. Creating a subnet after the net failed became highly illegal because there were Black Wall AI everywhere outside of the Black Wall. So things were definitely very different after the net crashed and all of the rogue AI began to spread. The net was no longer a safe place, and the Voodoo Boys creating their own subnet was not exactly something they were allowed to do. This is the main thing that put the Voodoo Boys on Netwatch's radar.
This is about Rezo Agua, isn't it? Can't have an indie net where you aren't welcome to protect and serve, huh?
No such thing as an independent net. If the Voodoo Boys breach the Black Wall, we'll all be fucked one way or the other.
The Voodoo Boys are looking for a powerful AI that can help assist them when the time comes. The most powerful AI that they know of is Alt Cunningham. Dealing with an AI definitely isn't easy because you're gonna have to have something that the AI wants. And no one knows better that when you have everything, there's nothing someone can offer you than the Voodoo Boys. This is something that even Mr. Hand says to you when you first try to get into contact with the Voodoo Boys.
You got something for the VDBs. Trust me, they don't want it. They don't need it. An insular bunch all around. Tech, networks, what you will, all in-house. But if you insist, I'll poke around. In the event of a twitch, you'll hear from me.
So the Voodoo Boys have to devise a plan to get the attention of the AI that they want to talk to, Alt Cunningham. This plan comes via the way of Evelyn Parker. Voodoo Boys found out that Evelyn Parker was contracted by Yorinobu Arasaka as his escort, or as his consort, whatever you want to call it. Evelyn Parker was in business with Yorinobu Arasaka. That's what's important, because to the Voodoo Boys, it didn't matter that it was Evelyn. It could have been literally anyone. Maman Brigitte will recruit Evelyn Parker so that she could get footage of the inside of the apartment.
Every single piece of tech I see, security.
We need a layout of the whole room. We will get everything else we need from the virtue.
What about his messages?
Only if you can do it and be parfait bourré. It's most important that he suspect nothing. Try to be your usual, relaxed self.
And if he starts talking about the biochip himself, should I...
Biochip? Where you hear this? That is not of interest to you. You spin the virtue, you come back here. We give you the eddies. That is your one job. The rest is none of your concern. Understand?
And all of the things that we do as V when we first look at the BD is everything that the Voodoo Boys were gonna do with it as well. The plan would go into place and Evelyn would get those recordings. Then something unexpected would happen. Initially, Maman Brigitte already realized that Evelyn Parker was a bit too smart for this operation.
Oui, oui, allez. Vous t'es bien raison, vous êtes tout intelligent pour ça, comptez bien.
Vous pensez même ça la fait un problème?
On n'est pas enragé. En plus, c'est le plus bon moyen de nous gagner pour nous arriver sur yon. Faut que nous prenions chance là.
Moi, t'as mis quoi, même j'avais,
qui si le la mène nous direct sur Alt.
Faut que yon pi bon l'idée? Très bien. Si vous décidez si c'est bon critiquer ça me pense, à continuer fait travail.
She was asking a bit too many questions. She wanted to know a little bit too much. And this is when Evelyn actually overhears this conversation. Evelyn overhears things about Silverhand, a relic, when Maman Brigitte is talking to someone on the phone. Evelyn doesn't exactly piece everything together, but what she does realize is that the main goal of the Voodoo Boys here is to get the relic. So, Evelyn devises a plan of her own. If you want to see exactly how Evelyn's story went, I made a video on it. Go check it out. But then we get back to the Voodoo Boys. While the Voodoo Boys wanted to steal the relic so that they could get to Alt, they were also dealing with Netwatch in the form of Bryce Mosley. Bryce Mosley was the Netwatch agent that you encounter in the gym. Bryce's job was not to shut down the Voodoo Boys, but to map the Voodoo Boys data fortress. Because the Voodoo Boys data fortress was very complex and he alone probably wouldn't be able to take the entire thing down. But if he could map the whole thing, it would give Netwatch very valuable information for when they did do their attack.
I do not know how much data they pull, but their map is not complete.
What are they looking for exactly?
Internal data forts. If they crash our eyes, they take hardware and the entire net and return to the dark time of Portmos.
Really doubt they'd attack like this unprovoked.
One reason only, always the same. Hueso Agüe. It is a net they cannot see, cannot touch.
Mosley was no fool. He knew that he would be in danger if he had to be in such close proximity to the Voodoo Boys themselves. He was on enemy territory. Bryce Mosley would hire the animals. The animals as a gang have multiple leaders, so what Bryce did was essentially hold an audition. Whoever was the most capable of the gang at protecting him was who he would choose to be his main protector. The person that Bryce ended up choosing was Matilda Sasquatch Rose. And Matilda would bring her own pack with her. Animals are kind of segmented in animal-like way, because the leaders are known as the alpha animals, and the alpha animals all have their own packs. When we encounter the animals in the gym, these are all animals a part of Matilda's pack. Word would spread around town not too long after this job, and it would begin to be known very well. We even see in Phantom Liberty that word had spread to Dogtown. Although Dogtown's not too far, not many things make the news. But when it comes to someone being contracted by Netwatch, you can tell that they're a bit of a big deal. So Bryce Mosley now had a pack of animals and a hungry Matilda Sasquatch Rose protecting him. He felt pretty safe in this situation. And honestly, in most situations, he probably would be safe. He just happened to be going up against the most elite merc in the history of Night City and the Voodoo Boys. The odds were a bit stacked against him. Bryce held his own. While not being on his home turf, Placide was on home turf. Bryce was so good at what he did that he actually had Maman Brigitte and another runner held in stasis in the net.
Brigitte and her lapdog T Neptune have been frozen several days now, ever since we shrouded their subnet with ice. And you? Well, you were sent here to free them.
You have Brigitte? And how'd you manage that?
When we took the mall, we knew the VDBs had sent runners. T Neptune reached first to see what was going on. When we iced him, Brigitte dove in after him, used him to shield herself. Tough cookie, that one. It still finds herself stuck.
That's why if you recall when you first asked to see Maman Brigitte, you cannot. Placide says that you can't. You literally cannot go see her because she's stuck in the net. All you would see is her body while she's plugged in. That's why it's not until after we do this entire mission in the gym that we get to see Maman Brigitte for the first time. She was not just sitting around in the back. Then when Brigitte finally does see you, lo and behold, what does she find in your scans? The very thing that they wanted in the first place. The very thing that they were doing all of this for. You see, and Maman Brigitte is a good actor here because she doesn't reveal how important it is that you have this relic. Having this relic is the only thing that they've wanted for a long time at this point. They've been plotting on this relic for months, and it seemed that it could have been the closest thing that they possibly could to achieving their goal of sustaining after the Black Wall failed.
Okay, hang on. I want to know what you need Silverhand for first.
We wish to contact Alt Cunningham. We know she and Silverhand were close.
Alt?
The relic which Arasaka held close. It is our only lead.
Alt Cunningham. Heard of her?
We tried to cut out a unique piece of Silverhand's engram from the biochip. Alt will know it if something of the human is left up the years beyond the Black Wall. She will answer.
Well, what? You said nothing about breaking through the Black Wall.
Well, now you know.
Black Wall. What is it exactly? I mean, I know.
You know only what the Netwatch tell you. The final bastion against the post-war AIs. The great victory of humanity over chaos.
That would be your Saturday morning Netwatch propaganda.
But the Black Wall is an AI itself. The boundary condition let nothing pass through, either way. If the AIs thought like people, they would call it a traitor.
So an overview of what we have at the moment. We have the Voodoo Boys who have been trying to contact AI from beyond the Black Wall. Netwatch, who wants to stop the Voodoo Boys from messing with the Black Wall. Because if they mess with the integrity of the Black Wall, it could actually speed up its failure. This is one of the rare situations where Netwatch is probably doing the right thing here. And then we have V. The Voodoo Boys, I guess, could send an entire team in on the gym, but they would definitely rather waste you than any of theirs.
Why not send your own goons to the gym?
It's not all we.
How's that been working out for you?
Work good more than bad.
And more importantly, you have the relic. Having the relic, however, did not make you safe. You see, they intended on possibly just taking it right out of you. When we get back to talk to Mama and Brigitte, she calls Placide an idiot because he didn't even realize that the relic was in you. He just said that it was broken. It's now that Mama and Brigitte takes you down to the substation where they do all of their diet. There are two different options here. If you decided to trust Netwatch, you're gonna have a virus on your chip. And if you didn't trust Netwatch, well, nothing will happen to your chip. But if you did decide to trust them, as soon as you leave this ice bath, all of the Voodoo Boys will be after you because a bunch of them get flatlined.
You cannot remain here.
Alt Cunningham. Doris, Yab attacking network lab.
What the hell's going on?
They breached our BBSs. We have nothing to do with this.
Netwatch.
What?
Regardless, you talk to Alt, and Alt makes a deal with the Voodoo Boys when the Black Wall fails, so long as they give UV safe passage leaving, because Alt knows just as well as pretty much anybody else, they were probably going to neutralize V once all of this was said and done. And this is where the Voodoo Boys either fail or succeed their mission, because once you leave the net, it's your choice. Now, me personally, I almost always choose to eradicate every Voodoo Boy in that room, along with Placide. One, because they tried to get V flatlined 3 times. One, by sending V into the gym at all against all animals that are going to be hostile and are going to flatline V if they give the chance. Two, they put a virus on V when V was talking to the Netwatch agent and tried to flatline it. The only reason that V survived, the biochip. And three, the leader herself, Mama Brigitte, sends V to the other side of the Black Wall. It is almost impossible to tell you how dangerous this is. This is like if an Attack on Titan, they just sent you outside of the walls, because there's just rogue AI everywhere outside of the Black Wall. And if Alt hadn't instantly come because he sensed Johnny, V would have likely succumbed to one of those Black Wall AI. The Voodoo Boys did not care about V even in the slightest. And the thing is, I wasn't asking for them to care, but at least don't treat me like dirt. At least have the slightest amount of respect. But they didn't. By my V, they get flatlined every single time. But that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you guys did enjoy. That is the story of the 2077 Voodoo Boys. Now, we know that they're not done. They will continue to exist, but they are without a leader and without a deal, so they're gonna pretty much have to start from the beginning. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.